Hello, my dear students. And after conducting the Austrian theory, as I promised to you, today I'm going to take the lecture on Jeremy Bentham's theory of law, that is the utilitarianism. Okay. जेरेमी बेंथम का कानून सिद्धांत उपयोगितावाद. First, I would like to introduce about him, right, no friend, what exactly the law is there. What Jeremy Bentham was the founder of the utilitarian school of jurisprudence. He rejected natural law theory and believed that law should be based on utility, that is usefulness. His main aim was to reform the legal system to make it more rational and beneficial for society. It means that जेरेमी बेंथम उपयोगितावादी विधिशास्त्र के जनक थे. उन्होंने प्राकृतिक कानून सिद्धांत को अस्वीकार किया और कहा कि कानून का आधार उपयोगिता यूटिलिटी होना चाहिए. उनका मुख्य उद्देश्य कानून को अधिक तार्किक और समाज के लिए उपयोगी बनाना है. तो व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ यूटिलिटी, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स? दैट उपयोगिता का सिद्धांत. Bentham's theory is based on the principle of utility. The greatest happiness of the greatest number. यानी कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा खुशियां ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक बांटनी चाहिए. An action or law is good if it increases happiness and reduces pain. उपयोगिता के सिद्धांत पर आधारित है. अधिकतम लोगों का अधिकतम सुख, ये उनका कॉन्सेप्ट है. कोई भी कार्य या कानून अच्छा है यदि वह सुख बढ़ाता है और दुख कम करता है. हिडोनिक कैलकुलस, सुख दुख गणना सिद्धांत, उसे हम कहते हैं हिडोनिक कैलकुलस. Bentham introduces the hedonic calculus to measure pleasure and pain. He suggested 7 factors, my dear friend. Intensity यानी कि तीव्रता, ड्यूरेशन अवधि, certainty निश्चितता, propinquity that is निकटता, fecundity that is फलप्रदता, purity that is शुद्धता, extent प्रभाव का क्षेत्र. Now friend, बेंथम ने सुख दुख को मापने के लिए हेडोनिक कैलकुलस दिया, जिसमें तत्व है तीव्रता, अवधि, निश्चितता, निकटता, फलप्रदता, शुद्धता, विस्तार, कितने लोगों पर प्रभाव हुआ. तो फोर्थ पॉइंट ऑफ दिस द थ्योरी ऑफ लॉ. कानून का सिद्धांत क्या है उनके हिसाब से? बेंथम बिलीव्ड लॉ इज अ कमांड ऑफ द सोवरेन, सिमिलर टू द ऑस्ट्रियन व्हाट इज सेड, राइट फ्रेंड. द पर्पस ऑफ लॉ इज टू मैक्सिमाइज हैप्पीनेस. Law should be judged by their utility, not morality or tradition. He strongly criticized judge-made law, that is the common law. Unclear and complex legal system. बेंथम के अनुसार कानून संप्रभु यानी कि सार्वभौम का आदेश है. कानून का उद्देश्य अधिकतम सुख प्राप्त करना है. कानून का मूल्यांकन उसकी उपयोगिता के आधार पर होना चाहिए. उन्होंने आलोचना की न्यायाधीशों द्वारा बनाए गए कानून की. जटिल और अस्पष्ट कानूनी व्यवस्था को उसने पूरी तरह से क्रिटिसाइज कर दिया है. पॉइंट 5 अबाउट क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्लेजर्स एंड पेन. सुख दुख का वर्गीकरण किस तरह से किया जाएगा, इसके बारे में जेरेमी बेंथम ने कहा. व्हाट ही सेज, माय डियर फ्रेंड, बेंथम क्लासिफाइड प्लेजर्स एंड पेन्स टू बेटर इवैल्यूएट ह्यूमन एक्शन. लॉ शुड प्रमोट प्लेजर. कानून किस तरह से होना चाहिए कि लोगों में वो एक आनंद, प्लेजर देना चाहिए, और प्रिवेंट पेन्स, दुख को नष्ट करना चाहिए. अल्टीमेटली व्हाट बेंथम इज सेइंग, राइट. बेंथम ने सुख और दुख का वर्गीकरण किया ताकि मानव व्यवहार को समझा जा सके. कानून को सुख बढ़ाना चाहिए, दुख कम करना चाहिए. तो 6 पॉइंट ऑफ मिस्टर बेंथम इज देयर. रिफॉर्म ऑफ लॉ, कानून में सुधार लाना चाहिए. बेंथम सजेस्टेड मेजर लीगल रिफॉर्म्स. किस तरह से रिफॉर्म कर सकते, किस तरह सुधार ला सकते हैं. तो उन्होंने कहा पहला, कोडिफिकेशन ऑफ लॉ, रिटन लॉज शुड बी देयर. सिंप्लीफिकेशन ऑफ लीगल प्रोसीजर, रिमूवल ऑफ आउटडेटेड कस्टम्स, इक्वल एप्लीकेशन ऑफ लॉ. बेंथम ने कई सुधार उठाए. कानून का संहिताकरण यानी कि कोडिफिकेशन होना चाहिए. कानूनी प्रक्रिया को सरल बनाना चाहिए. पुराने और अनुपयोगी नियमों को हटा देना चाहिए. कानून का समान रूप से लागू होना काफी जरूरी है. 7 पॉइंट इंपॉर्टेंस मेरिट, जो उनके महत्व जो है, उन्होंने कहा व्हाट इज सेड, राइट, टू मेड लॉ प्रैक्टिकल एंड साइंटिफिक. तो लॉ शुड बी प्रैक्टिकल एंड साइंटिफिक. He focused on social welfare, helped legal reforms, reduced arbitrariness in law और वैज्ञानिक बनाया, सामाजिक कल्याण पर जोर दिया, कानूनी सुधारों को बढ़ावा दिया, मनमानी को कम किया. And the 8 point criticism of this particular Bentham's theory, happiness cannot be measured accurately. हैप्पीनेस को मेजर नहीं किया जा सकता है. इग्नोरेंस, जस्टिस एंड मोरालिटी समटाइम्स focuses on quantity, not quality of happiness, my dear friend. This is the basic thing. May harm minority rights. Therefore, friends, what exactly सुख को सटीक रूप से मापन कठिन है. कभी कभी न्याय और नैतिकता की अनदेखी करता है, केवल मात्रा पर ध्यान देता है, गुणवत्ता पर नहीं. अल्पसंख्यकों को के अधिकारों को नुकसान हो सकता है. This is the basic thing. Finally, what conclusion is there, friend, about Bentham theory? Bentham theory is a significant contribution to jurisprudence. It made law more rational, reform-oriented, and people critic through it has limitations. बेंथम का सिद्धांत विधि शास्त्र के महत्वपूर्ण योगदान है. इसमें कानून को अधिक तार्किक, सुधारात्मक और जनहितकारी बनाया, हालांकि इसमें कुछ सीमाएं हैं. Therefore, friend, this is the basic thing what I told you. Therefore, how to keep in the mind, start with definition. You should know the definition, what is there. Plus principle of utility, you have to add in that. Explain hedonic calculus. Then law theory reform, merit, criticism and conclusion. This structure easily fetches 15 to 20 marks के लिए आपके लिए come up the examples. That is with the case laws, which can clear your mind about the Bentham utilitarian theories. Here are important case law that help you understand Bentham's theory of utilitarianism in a legal context. These cases show how courts sometimes follow the idea of greatest happiness of the greatest number. The number one case is a friend, R.V. Dudley's and Stephens. The fact of this case, shipwrecked sailors were stranded at sea without food. They killed and ate a weak cabin boy to survive. Then the issue was like this, friend. Was killing justified to save more lives? Whether Bentham theories is applicable over here or not. Bentham perspectives, what is saying, killing one to save three equal to more overall survival. Bentham theory says. But what court decision is giving? They were found guilty of murder. As per the court, right now, the judgment is there. All three people were found guilty of murder. Therefore, law rejected pure utilitarianism theory. Individual rights matter even if fewer people benefits. This is one of the example is different. Second example, State of Bombay versus RMD Chamar Bagwala. The fact of this case about the banning gambling competition. Gambling harms society, addiction, loss, instability as per the Bentham angle. What it is saying by the court, law can restrict individual freedom to protect societal welfare. Law can restrict individual freedom to protect societal welfare. Clear utilitarian reasoning. Gandhi versus Union of India, the passport was impounded without a proper procedure. Bentham angle, government may argue public interest to personal liberty. Court expanded right to personal liberty. Further, pure utilitarian logic, greater good is not enough. Individual right must be protected. This is the basic thing. This is the Bhopal gas disaster case, my dear friend. Industrial gas leak caused massive death and suffering. The industry benefit society, job economy, but harm to thousand outweighs benefits. Therefore, company compensation awarded to victims. Ultimately, it is saying that action causing mass harm cannot be justified by economic benefit. The utilitarian balance must consider scale of suffering. This is one of the example is there. Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. The Parliament tried to amend Constitution extensively. In this Bentham, what is saying right to government could argue changes benefit majority. Court introduced the basic structure doctrine. That means even for majority benefit, core right cannot be destroyed. The limit on utilitarian reasoning, therefore, it is a limit on utilitarian reasoning. The final understanding, Bentham, Bentham idea influences law, especially public welfare laws, criminal punishment, policy decisions, but court do not follow it blindly because it can ignore minority rights. It may just justify injustice. Therefore, what we are going to say in a single line, right? The courts use utilitarian reasoning for public welfare, but balance it with justice, right, and fairness. It is going to be specifically going to take the point by giving the decision by the court. Utilitarian say reasoning may be there for the public welfare, but they are going to see whether it is balancing what a justice, right, and fairness. Therefore, friend, this is about reasoning examples what I told you to understand in a simple manner. I do understand the case laws is a very big, you cannot understand it. The case laws is simply going to say they give the maximum happiness to the maximum people, but they have to say while giving the judgment whether it is a justifiable, fair, or going to violate the rights of anyone. But I will give the simple examples, friend. What examples are there? I will give the chocolate example. This is very funny and interesting. You may be finding, friend, but I wanted to clear the examples, clear this particular clear this topic to you. If you have one chocolate and there are four friends, my dear friend, if we will share it to give it to the one person, other give it to one person, one happy, other three will be sad. This is the basic thing. It will be better if we will distribute among the four members, right? Everybody will be happy. This is the basic utilitarian theory, my dear friends. This is one of the example. Therefore, more total happiness will be there. For example, TV remote example I can give. Five people want to watch a movie. I want news. Choose the movie. More people are happy. Therefore, a common happiness for everyone right now. It can be shared, and therefore this Bentham utilitarianism theory will be applicable. For example, about let us example whole pizza to one person, it is unfair. Divided among everyone, it is everyone satisfied. Everybody will get a happiness. This is one of the examples that is sharing the happiness. Next point, teacher decision. Teacher. Teacher gives surprise test. Most students stressed. Easy assignment, most students relieved. You go and do the assignment in the house, all maximum students will be happy. Therefore, this is one of the Bentham's utilitarianism theory can be applicable. Therefore, less pain, more happiness. Now, bus seat example. A young person is sitting and elderly person is standing. Give the seat. Elderly person benefits more. Overall happiness increases. Next part is the concept of the utilitarian theory of the Bentham. Therefore, friends, I already given some of the case laws also. I also explain in the very simple manner. It is a very simple thing. Whatever I have explained, the point which have been given, according to that, friends, you try to explain it and write the answer. Definitely, you will be benefited for this. And therefore, friend, this is one of the very important topic I have covered. It may be asked in your examination. Therefore, I wish you all the best. And next lecture, I am going to immediately going to be explained to you that the various definitions may be asked for the 2 marks in the examination. Therefore, wish you all the best. But my dear friend, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this channel, because this is nothing but my idea to promote, to give the maximum benefit, maximum happiness to the maximum people as per the Bentham theory. Thank you very much, my dear friends. Wish you all the best. Best of luck.